What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel. And today we've got 7-Eleven. We've got pizza. This pizza was $8.49. A lot of people were asking about it on my shorts, so my Instagrams and my TikToks said I never did this on the YouTube channel, which I didn't. Also, people were bashing it, some people, saying that it wasn't that good. And I disagreed, so I figured I would go back and get another one. We'll talk about it. And we're going to actually do a snack haul as well. So I got some other supporting cast members. So we got some chips that are prime rib flavored, which I found cool. These, which I heard were really good, but I never was a fan of like the Takis, so I never got these as well. But I heard these were better. And I also got, because we did the rolled chicken taco, which is just a glorified taquito, I did get a 7-Eleven taquito to try out as well. And bonus footage, Aldi. These are from Aldi. So we got some maple leaf cream cookies, which I've had before. These are really good. And these things, which just sounds like some of my friends trying to say Crunchies. We got the poverty soda today, man. I still got to get rid of, I got two liters of these to get rid of before I get back into my my Coke Zero Sugar. So that's what's on the agenda today. Drop a thumbs up. You guys already know the vibes. Let's just get into the pizza. I've been holding out long enough. Let's see what it looks like. I haven't looked at this yet, by the way. I mean, honestly, it's not that bad, bro. On the weekends, these pizzas cost $6. On the weekdays, they cost $8. At least at my 7-Eleven. Now, locations vary. Some people may have it for a different price, but I did double check before I walked out of the place. So I got a pepperoni. Cheese and pepperoni. They do have some specialties, which are breakfast, as well as the spicy meat pizza, which was a limited edition. They didn't have either of those when I went. Word to the wise, if you're going to get this pizza, get it fresh. They will make it for you if you do ask. Don't get it if it's been sitting out. I don't get anything that's been sitting out. So if you ask for the items fresh at any 7-Eleven, I shouldn't say any, most 7-Elevens, they will do them for you. So that is what I did. This is fresh and hot out of the oven. And I got I think this is a taquito, which is like an oxymoron, but it's taco flavored. So I don't know what's going on in there, but let's get into the pizza and let's try this bad boy out and see what's good. The first time I had this, I was like, wow, this is better than I thought. Also, full disclosure for anybody wondering, look, I don't work for anybody. This pizza's frozen. I saw them take it out and they put it in an oven and cook it for you, but it isn't frozen pizza. Just so you know. It's good, man. I don't care what anybody say. I think it's good. Especially if you catch it for the $6. If this is a $6 pizza and I'm at 7-Eleven, I legit would order this. They got a little oven like behind the counter, and I saw her. She took this big spatula and put it in there, and it took like maybe like 5-6 minutes to cook, something like that. I wasn't timing it, but I saw her do it. There's the undercarriage. There's the crust. Now, again, I'm going to say this over and over again because I feel like people may not get the context. If you say this pizza is trash, I would compare it to a good frozen pizza. It tastes... If this was a frozen pizza, it would be a brand I'd buy over and over again. $6 for this, when you get it cooked and it's hot, you can get it right there, I think it's good, man. I don't know, a piece of bacon? I think I put a piece of bacon on a pizza. Bonus bacon. Do I think this pizza is better than Wawa's pizza? No. Wawa's is slightly better. But this same pizza at Wawa costs like $15. That's the thing between the two. Price points aren't the same, and I feel like that does matter. As I've already said, I would just compare this to a really good frozen pizza. Because that's what it is. Anytime I try to review things, I try to keep things in context. I'm not pitting this pizza up against every pizza I've ever had. I pit it up against any other $8 frozen pizza, or pizza in general, that I've had. as I've said before, the best value for dollar thing that you can get if you're just looking for anything is the $6.99 two-topping pizza from all of the big chain franchise pizzas. But you do have to buy 2 of them. If you get one, it's not $6.99. So it's going to cost you $15. Again, I look at this as I'm in a pinch. I'm hungry. I want some food. I got like $10. If you give me this in a 2-liter from 7-Eleven for like $10, actually 2 liters expensive as hell. This in a 20 ounce, actually 20 ounces expensive as hell. This in a thimble of soda, I'll be a happy camper. But since I'm comparing it to those, on the scale of comparing this to other pizzas, I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. I think it is really good in this genre. I can't put it in the 8s or anything like that because to me that's where the chain pizzas are, which is still better, but I gotta go out of my way. They call them convenience stores for a reason. But I'm not gonna lie, this is hitting right now. I'm with it. And all I keep thinking about is if I have something to dip this in, I would be in a nice little category. But let's move on to the taquito. I checked the price check. You can get these 2 for $3, or you can get this 1 for $1.79. You know how you try to do that? And compared to the rolled chicken taco, it's twice the size of it. That's already. So I was doing this more of a comparison reason, and I don't know what's on the inside, but I did ask them to make this, like they heated it up for me. So this isn't an old one. This is the taco flavor. I like the other one I had much better than this one. Here's the reason. The texture, because it's got beans in it. Like, the beans just don't sit right with me. It's not inedible. It's still decent. But I remember last time I got like it was like the Monterey Jack. That one bangs. So I would get that one. This one's just okay. I don't like that bean texture on there as much. But I'm never really mad for $1.50. Still gets a respectable 6. But again, the Monterey Jack one, I gave like an 8.5. I thought it was a banger. But I tried something new and I kind of failed. I do want to try all this peripheral stuff too. Let me get a sip of my whatever we have. Poverty Cola. Refreshingly mid. That just tastes like mid. After I have Coke Zero, it just tastes like cola. That's not a bad thing, but that's what mid is to me. It's just cola. It's cola. But anyway, I want to try these. We're gonna try my duties rapid fire. I swear, there's somebody that the people drive like. What are you driving? We don't edit that. Prime rib flavored. You can see there's some prime rib up top and what looks like horseradish, which is what's really popular with prime rib. I'm a fan of prime rib. Never really eat it because old prime rib doesn't really sit right. You got to eat it in a steakhouse. And because I review food, I'm not eating food in a restaurant with a camera. I just think it's rude. But here's what it looks like. It looks like a regular ass ridge chip. I get a little bit of like the horseradish. You're not getting like a beef flavor. What it gives you instead is au jus. Do anybody know what au jus? Anybody? I'm sure most of you know what au jus is, but the gravy that they serve like with a prime rib or like a French dip, that's what it tastes like. And I was expecting more of like a stronger beef flavor. Yeah. That's why you see me shake the bag 62 times, because I was like, what the hell did they just give me? But I get it now. I feel like this would go well with something that was actually beef, because it tastes like what you put with the prime rib, but not the prime rib. I still like it. I just feel like hoodwinked, bamboozled. The more I eat, the more I'm you see me just kind of picking back at them, because I'm like, okay. I feel like this would really go like on a burger or something like that. Like would really, it's like a complimentary chip. But if you really, the concept of that is great. If you really want to put it over the top, I need a little more of that beef on there, because they should say prime rib toppings flavor, and I wouldn't be so like confused right now. But even with that, you can see me keep picking at them. I'll give them a 7 out of 10. So let's move. No, let's do this. Let's do this. So we got the Doritos Dinamita, the dynamites. They are very similar to Takis, but they are not Takis. So in other words, you got the chili limon like you do on the. Anybody who doesn't know why I did that, that's way back when. That to me, like I know it's limon, but it's limon. Like stop. Anyway, limon. It just comes out. I'm trying not to say it. Not the biggest fan of like Takis in general, but I have found a few that I've liked, so I've kind of been trying to spin back to them. And a lot of people suggested these, because I'm a Doritos person through and through. Like that's the chip of dreams for me. So a lot of people open the bag from upside down, which is a pro move. You know me though, man. I gotta do stuff my way. I just shake it. Always have. Anyway, let's get in here. Wow, that's a very. All right. It's a very strong smell. The flavor is not as intense as the purple bag of the Takis. It's the first thing I noticed. These, I think I get why people said that, because they still do have that limon flavor, but it's not like as intense. Some people may enjoy the upped intensity of the purple bag. I'm speaking Takis, not Doritos, by the way. But I would prefer these. It's a little more subtle. And the chip isn't as thick. These are almost thinner. I just find this to be like more enjoyable than the other one. The other one, I eat like 3 of them, and I get flavor fatigue where I'm like, and I don't want them anymore. This is more something I could eat the whole bag of and still feel good. They're also not as spicy, which I like spicy chips, so that's kind of an L. But ranking this against other chips still wouldn't be my upper tier, but I like these almost like better than any. I like these better than the purple bag. I'll put it that way. There are better flavors of Takis than these, though. I'm being real, because I like that last one I had. Can't even remember what it looked like, but I would give these a 7.8 out of 10 for drink. That limon flavor is strong. People don't know the story of the limon. Probably like 4 or 5 years ago, when I first started reviewing more food, that's the same car 3 times. Are you driving around the block? I feel like, okay, I'm going to rant about that at the end. I'm going to have to rant. I'm going to finish these reviews, but that... Anyway. Crunchies. It's the same flavor. It says spicy, limey, crunchy, corn snack. So I'm guessing maybe the texture of like a Cheeto. I'll be forgetting. By the way, these are at Aldi. I think I said that before, but this is not 7-Eleven. These are at Aldi. The texture feels not like a Cheeto. It feels like a Bugle. If you're familiar with the Bugles, that's what it feels like. Well, I'll be damned. I never thought I'd say this. This little dollar bag, it's dookie on this. I'm gonna take that, put that one over here. This the one. The texture's like a bugle, which I like that texture, that corn kind of. The flavor of this is closer to real lime than what that synthetic that I always complained about is what it is. Aldi be doing some stuff. I like these. This more tastes like if I took real lime and put it on a chip, which is what I enjoy more. You can even tell, or maybe you can't. To me, it looked different. Let's see. See the color difference? This one has like a deeper red, and the chile flavor is better. The flavor on these is better. The texture on these is better. That's good. This is good. That's real good. Aldi be doing it sometimes. I like these a lot. On everything. Crunchies, huh? I'm gonna have to go back. I like these. Those get a 9 out of 10. Can't believe that. Oh my. Oh my. I like that a lot, man. One more sip. Home stretch, maple leaf cookies. I got talked about this freaking card thing, bro. More than likely, I'm going to make, like, a bunch of people pissed off. But I tend to do that when I have opinions, because, you know, that's kind of how it goes. But I'm still going to say it. So we got these maple leaf cream cookies. And I've had these before. It's like, you'll see when I pull them out. These bang. Aldi be having some finds, bro. And I used to find a lot of stuff at Aldi, but I haven't gone in a while. So when I went, I said, let me see if I can get some stuff. So this is the maple leaf cream cookie. It's a butter cookie on the outside. And then the inside, I still got Cheeto on my finger. Don't worry about that. It's a Cheeto. It's cool. And the inside is like this light flavored, like lightly maple leaf flavor. It's good. Let me get. I wish I had smell-o-vision. Tastes like Canada in the cookie, bro. It's not overly maple. It's subtle. It's light. Even the cream. The cookie itself is good too. I forgot about these. The thing about maple with me though is after like 1 or 2 of these, I can't do too much. I don't know what it is, but I get like syruped out. I guess that's not a bad thing, so I don't overeat. So, good in the first few bites. For me, I get flavor fatigue pretty easy. But I would still give those an 8.3 out of 10. These do bang. They bang. Y'all gonna have to hear this. Let's talk about if you want them people with them cars like that. I understand the Toretto culture, right? The street culture, the street racing culture. Don't be racing, though. I'm more saying the culture of it. That went mainstream when I was a kid. We were talking Fast and the Furious days. It was always a thing. But that movie kind of made it, like, trendy around everybody who even didn't live that lifestyle was still trying to act like that. I can't say, oh, why would you drive a car like that? But I always notice certain behavior like that. Like, your car shouldn't be like that when you're parking it. Like, I feel like sometimes, because I've been in cars like that with people, it almost screams like booty on the sink pictures, like for women. Like, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, man. You're not attracting the right kind of thing. I know you like the attention of people like nice car, but it's like that attention-seeking behavior that could get you in trouble. I know I sound like an old man, but again, that culture got mainstream. It was always there, but when I was a kid, it popped off. There's never like a good part of that story. I just leave it like that. Eventually, somebody gonna pull you over or whatever. But I could tell by the engine, that was literally, in this video, that car popped up 3 times, bro. 3 times. That means you were driving around the block for no reason. You just want somebody to see you. Ain't nothing wrong with driving that kind of car, but when I see people parking their car and their car goes when you're parking, don't get offended, bro. And look, this is what it is, all right? When I go to the gym and I got on a stringer tank top with my nipples out, you know what I'm saying? I've done it. I know why I did it. It is what it is. Do I still do it sometimes? Yes. The story don't really end well with that. The only thing that might happen to me is somebody might own it. Just don't end well. But I don't really understand it because I'm not a part of that, but I'm not knocking it. I just don't really get why you driving down residential streets in circles. For no reason. You're just wasting gas, bro. Like, go somewhere. And go hang out in the parking lot of like Taco Bell or something. I don't know. Do something. Put some street glow under your car and do. I don't know. Okay. I guess you gotta do something with it though. I don't know. Then again, I used to do stuff like that too, so I ain't gonna much lie. You know how most people drive fast? I was the exact opposite. Nah, you gonna see me. I used to try. I don't do this no more because I'm old, but I would say from ages like 18 to 22, I used to drive around with the loudest music, windows down at all times. I had like crazy tint at like 5% tint. I got pulled over for my tint like hella times, so I never did it after that car. I had rims on my. They was, they. I keep them clean though. If you know, you know. And I used to just drive really slow. You was gonna see me in my car, but I think when you get older, you start realizing like it's not doing what you think it's doing, and you stop. And I sound like a grumpy old man right now because every old head, right? I'm like, we old. Like if you're a millennial, you ain't the young generation no more. That's not us. We old. So we always be trying to warn the generations before us, like, don't do this. It's not. And then we didn't listen either. And now y'all don't listen. And I'm just here to tell you what's going to happen is, as it's already happened to me, one day you going to get older, right? You be staring 30 in the face, or maybe 40, or however long it takes you. One day you going to wake up and be like, these kids don't really get it. You're going to do the same thing. And I find it hilarious because when I was like 15, you couldn't tell me nothing. When I was 18, you couldn't tell me nothing. So what I started realizing when I was getting older is I used to say the same stuff y'all say. I used to be like, oh, y'all don't understand. It's different now. It ain't like back then. Y'all thought everything that y'all do, we did, and they did, and they did. And it's hilarious that it takes you to get older to kind of realize that and be like, yeah, it's still the same stuff. Y'all, the stuff you do with your friends, it might manifest itself differently, but it's the same stuff. Like 80s people might have met in an arcade. 90s people, I'm talking gaming now. 90s people might have met in an arcade, and then in the 2000s you might have went to somebody's house to play Halo or whatever it was, and then now y'all do it online. But it's still gaming. The essence of it, the stuff y'all argue about, the stuff y'all fight about, the stuff y'all do, it's all the same. Like, just the way you approach it is different, but the message stays the same. And now it's like it hits you one day. You start realizing, like, bro, yeah, it really is like that. So I'm just telling you, as an old head now, right? Millennials, we're now old heads. We got to face the facts. You're going to have the same conversation with somebody one day. And you just remember my face. Remember my face. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. Remember my face. When we the old heads tell y'all something, just like I'm sorry to all my Gen Xers, right? And all y'all people, that I didn't listen to y'all. I should have. Because y'all was right. I was wrong. And it's hilarious, man. I when I first came back from college, I had these kids that, like, I coached. High school kids. I just came back and I coached at my high school for like a couple of years, right? And I used to tell them all this kind of stuff because I had just got out of college. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, I felt like I needed to tell them because they were doing stupid stuff, and I was like, y'all don't understand. And they was like, oh, nah, that is different. You was it. So lo and behold, I've run into some of those kids now, right? And now they're not kids. These kids are in their late 20s now. And every time I see them, there's like a group, a bunch of kids still call me coach because I was their coach. And they're like, man, coach, let me tell you, man, I'm sorry. I didn't listen to you. You were right. And I said, I know. I didn't listen either. So one day someone's going to break this cycle of we ain't listening. I don't know what world that's going to be because Gen X didn't listen to the ones before them, and we didn't listen to Gen X, and y'all ain't listening to us old people. Just because y'all do stuff on TikTok missing. Y'all don't know what top 8 was like, all right? Y'all wasn't there for that. Y'all don't know what it was like with top 8. But it's the same shit. I'm just telling y'all. But that's going to be the video, man. 7-Eleven pizza's a W for me. All right, you want to say it's trash because it's an $8 frozen pizza and you wanted, Santoni's. Maybe I should do Santoni's again. I completely understand, but this is an $8 frozen pizza. For that, it's good. Context matters. For me, everybody rates things differently. But we'll be back. Y'all ain't gonna listen to me, man. Tomorrow, y'all really not gonna listen. Just remember my face in like 7 years. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.